All right, picture's up, audio is up.
Was there more pussy in Korea or in Saudi Arabia?
You just gonna ask me? Well,
You can edit it out.
well, that's
okay,
where.
I'll ask the question again.
See,
what was the any kind of romantic or sort of nightlife like in Korea versus Saudi Arabia?
oh my gosh! All right. So, all right. To answer your question, there were plenty of things happened in South Korea. You know, I mean, Saudi Arabia. If you do anything wrong, they're chopping things off.
For real?
Your hand, your head. You know.
You can get your hand chopped off now? Still? I thought that was just sort of like one of those old kind of, stuff they used to do like back in the day.
The way it was explained to me, I never saw a public execution. The way it was explained is you'd have to have done something really bad. So if you were a thief and you stole something one time, it's not like your hand's getting chopped off. But if you were a repeat offender, then they're like, you know what, we have to do something, let's chop his hand off, and that's what's done. So it really depends upon the offense, the level of the offense.
So they don't get a lot of repeat offenders.
No. But you know, it's serious. When you fly in, on the customs card, it tells you if you're smuggling drugs, the penalty is death. If you're doing X, Y, and Z, the penalty is death. It's clear. Like, what other country welcomes you like that? Hi, welcome to our country. If you do this, we will kill you.
Wow. So if you call it a joint, like just in your luggage, you forgot that you had it or something like that.
You don't want to play with them. You definitely don't want to play with them. Saudi Arabia is not the country to play with. So there was plenty of good times in South Korea, and if from where we lived in Saudi Arabia, we had to go across the border, and so the border town for partying, which was the Middle East Las Vegas, is the country Bahrain, and they get it in over there, you know.
Okay, so basically, for you to sort of let your hair down, so to speak,
Oh, yes.
you know what I'm saying, you got to go to Bahrain.
Right. Yeah.
That's where. So that's God. So that's where all the Saudi Arabians go to turn up.
Saudis, Americans, the Brits, yeah, anyone. So you can't have alcohol in Saudi Arabia. So what you do is you go across the border, and you buy your alcohol legally in Bahrain, because Bahrain, everything's available, from women to booze. I mean, that's about all I.
So what's the main difference that you experience from the Bahrainian people than the Saudis?
Well,
because there's people living in Bahrain all the time, right?
Okay, good question. In Saudi Arabia, I couldn't talk to women. You can't talk to women in Saudi Arabia. If she is not a blood relative, if she's not your wife.
Or your mom.
Okay, that's blood relative, so yes.
Right. Blood relative or your...
Blood relative or your spouse?
Or your spouse.
If she's none of those, cancel that. Don't even try to talk to her. In Oman and in Bahrain, yes, you could talk to women. Let me see. I know for sure in Oman, I talked to women. Bahrain, man, I have to really think about that, because I didn't have a lot of interaction with Bahraini.
But you can talk to them if you want to.
Yeah. Saudi Arabia, it's
now is in Bahrain. Is it, for example, I went to Argentina, right? So in their culture, like, prostitution is somewhat legal, or I guess it's. So I walked into this bar, and basically I just noticed a lot of fine women in this bar.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And, sure.
And it didn't seem to be a lot of competition, you know? like you go, the other, regular bars is like, ratio is 50-50. This other bar, I'm 19, mind you, I don't really speak, Spanish the same way I do now. I haven't studied abroad yet. So I just spoke, hello, how are you, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like real basic, traveler, lingo or whatever. So I don't know, the culture that much. I'm just out kind of on my own as a traveler at nighttime. So I'm just walking around. So I see these regular bars, ratio's 50-50, but there's like these other bars, and there's like these super fine women, you know, dressed up, you know, like super, you know, slutty or whatever. And there's like not a lot of dudes there. So I'm like, well, shit, I gotta check this out. You know, my chances of success seem a lot, you know, more likely in a place like this. So I go in and there's like a procedure, you know, I didn't like see, I didn't read or anything, but basically the whole situation is you can talk to a girl like just by the bar or whatever, just, you know, if you like go up to them. But if you want to like seriously talk to them, you gotta like take them, sit them down and buy them a drink.
Oh.
Now, when you buy them a drink, like your drink might be like $5, you know, $10.
Right. And theirs is 30.
Yes.
Oh man.
And so it wasn't until that moment that's when I realized, like, okay, this is the procedure.
Yeah.
This is how they do it. Like, there's nothing like, hey, you know, I'm the hoe, you know, how much to hit it. Like, it's not sort of like that. It's more like, hey, these women are here. If you like one of them to really talk to them, this is how it is. So it's like, I was a long-winded way of saying, like, so are there like rules in Bahrain, or is it just sort of like you can see a girl on the street, possibly just talk to her, and just sort of like go to a place to like talk to them?
Okay. Bahrain, in particular, is when I was there. Now, I don't think it's changed much. It's only been, I was last there maybe 2018, 3 years ago. Bahrain is overrun with prostitutes from Thailand, China. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But Thailand, the Thai women, okay, everywhere. Then they have Chinese, lots of Chinese women.
And they don't have to wear like a head wrap or a hijab or?
No.
Okay.
No. Foreign women are not required to do that. The abaya, the what is that? The robe to cover their body. They do have to wear the abaya when they're going into a store, but they don't have to cover their head. Now, those same women in Saudi Arabia must use the abaya, cover their bodies, and if they choose to cover their hair, then they can do that in Saudi Arabia. So Bahrain is more liberal. You can absolutely talk to the women there, but in Saudi Arabia you can't hands off all the time.
Okay.
Now, with regard to the arrangements in Bahrain, you have hip hop clubs. There are hip hop clubs in Bahrain. You just go in there and you can find hundreds of Thai women. And all you have to do is make arrangements with her individually,
right,
and leave the club with her. All right. Okay. So you mentioned it, the way that you described it. You know, a club with many women inside, and you start buying them drinks. In Bahrain, you don't have to pay for any drinks. You just have to talk to her directly, and make the arrangements. Yeah. But I was in Turkey. Okay, so right now we're getting a mixture of Larry Legend, all the travel talk, but also Dirty Larry. You know, what was Larry doing in all these countries? Okay, but here's the thing. In Turkey, I went into a club, and there were all of these beautiful women from Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. There's another country, Kiev. Is that Uzbekistan? Ukraine. From the Ukraine, all right? Beautiful women, and it looks like a strip club. They're all walking around the elevated, you know, like a table in the middle of the floor. You beckon one over, she'll sit with you. Her drinks cost $30, yours cost $5, and her drinks are so tiny. It's a sip, and then she wants more. It's a sip. Bruh, I go in there with two guys from the Emirates, some Emirati fellas. They met me at a McDonald's, at a local McDonald's. They said, "Come with us, buddy. We'll take you to a nice club." I said, "All right, man. You guys look harmless." I go into the club with these guys. I see this scene, beautiful Ukrainian women, beautiful Russian women, whatever, sit down. They start ordering drinks. At the end of the night, the bill came to $3,300. My portion, $1,100. I was ordering drinks for her thinking, oh, I can afford like $100 to spend, thinking her drinks are like $5 or $6 like mine. No, she was tossing them back. And I was just like, sure. You want more? No problem.
Oh, they didn't tell you how much they were.
They didn't tell me.
They told you how much they were.
Nah.
Okay.
So they got me. So that was a wild. I thought I was in for it.
$1,000.
I came out of like $500 or $600, and
the Emory guys helped you out.
They told me. I said I can't get any more money out. I can't right now. And the guy says to me, "Oh, my friend, you should have just asked me. We would have covered you." I'm like, "Really? That's mighty generous of you, and you didn't speak up, So I really don't know.
So it's kind of weird. Like, they gave you the impression they might have helped you out, but they didn't actually help you out. But
yeah, they said.
But they gave you the impression if you had spoken up a little bit more that they might have done it. Or
what is that from House Party, Kid and Play, or kid gets in the fight, play, and Martin Lawrence said, "Oh, we had your back. We would have had your back." And he's like, "Yeah, where's my back? Way back, So that was kind of what it was, man. There were no help, man.
Okay.